What's going on, guys? It's Sean Islami, and if you play on console, you can absolutely keep up with the best PC players in Team Objective. Seriously, don't listen to Reddit, they cry about everything. You just need the right settings, so let's get into it. Now, for your sensitivity settings, I personally think the higher you can get your left to right one, the better. With higher sensitivity, you do everything quicker. It especially helps in 1vx situations where you'll be target switching and countering someone's slashes in a group. There are very few console players that have low sensitivity so they don't miss overheads and such, but the vast majority I've talked to, and from my own experience, we all have ours jacked way up. I'll give my settings as they go as well, so for mine personally are 3.5 left to right, but I also have eye issues, so if I could, I would turn those up even higher. If you've been playing at a much lower one, turning it up all at once can make your head spin, and actually give you motion sickness, so my suggestion is to slowly turn it up over time until it's too high for you to play well. Now, most players have their up and down sensitivity match their left to right, and that's where I definitely disagree. If you're having issues with countering overheads, turn your up and down sensitivity way down and give that a try. There's barely any cases where you need this jacked as high as your left to right. Mine is all the way down at 1.2. Now, stick dead zones are huge. They let you be more precise with your swings and especially overheads. Take, for example, if you miss an overhead on someone, you can still drag it back into their ankles with lower dead zone settings. These you want all the way down as low as you can get without getting stick drift. Doing that is the closest you can get to having the precision of a mouse and keyboard. So you want them 0.05, but mine is a little higher just because I do have an older controller that has stick shift. Right and left trigger dead zones I've never really messed with, and as far as focus sensitivity, that's Archer controls, in which case you're on the wrong channel, get the fuck out of here. For melee aim assist, turn this off for sure. This setting will mess with your muscle memory because it pulls your camera towards enemies and sometimes not the one you're trying to hit. It's just subtle enough to throw you off in fights. Attack movement from input direction is a setting that I think you should have on. I've talked to some of the best console players like Lousy and Spicy Pancakes about this, and they do a lot as well, and they have it always on. Essentially, it's easier to use alt attack switches swinging from the opposite direction than you usually do. If you're just starting out, I'd turn this on and build up your gameplay starting with that on. It takes work to get used to if you've never used the setting on before, and that's why mine is off. I just don't have the patience to start over. But if I could, I would have it on. Now for look response style, I'll just leave it on linear because it works for me and that's what I've always had it on. Community Legend of Poleaxe is a deeper dive on console controls that you should check out next. I'll leave that in the pinned comment. But I wanted to make this to say I'm back. Expect more Chivalry 2 videos on the way, kind of like the one on the screen now. Love you guys. See you in the next one.